I feel like that's wrong.
I mean, Thirsty, I have a girl code that I think everybody will
He
probably
can't
do.
like. I don't care if it's a picture of the dog on the page.
What did you
Nobody
go
better
through though?
like
Like
him.
I feel like you should look at it like I deserve this. Yes, this is my money.
Hello, welcome back to the Melanated Opinion. And I'm Crystal. What up, peoples?
I'm Takara.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Melissa.
And I'm Shanita. So today on Who's Most Likely, I will get it started. So my question is, who's most likely to bring snacks when they're going somewhere?
I'm kind of tired of.
Me too.
This is the only time I've ever been tired.
I'm trying to.
So this is one, and yes, I went to car.
Really?
I agree.
I
I
would
would've
have
said that
said either Crystal or Takara.
I guess maybe when Carrington was younger, I used
Yeah.
to carry snacks for her. So I guess I could see why you would say that. I picked you because, I mean, you make cakes and stuff. So I just figured you, I don't know if that's logical, but, and Crystal, I know she takes snacks because
Yes.
she came to my house and she brought snacks.
Yes, not just snacks. I bought like food. I probably bought like tuna. I know I had nuts. Like you not go like it. I try to plan things out, which I probably should, but you're not gonna catch me without some nuts in my purse or somewhere. That's just how it is. I'm guilty. I take that.
Melissa, I didn't see, who did you pick?
I picked my mom because of what she just said. She always got the notes. Okay. So on to the next question. So who's most likely to forget where they parked their car?
And my pick is me, because I do.
Yes. Why did you pick the car, Melissa? How you going with that?
I just feel like she would forget where she parked her car.
Yeah, I have done that many times, but I've learned to, like, especially when I'm like parking at the airport or some big place, to take a picture of where I'm parked, like, because they usually have like signs in the road that you're parked in. So I've started taking pictures of where I park. So I don't have that problem so much anymore. Thank you very much, Melissa.
That's actually a really good idea, though. So, okay, I guess moving on to today's topic. So today's topic is, are we treating mental health seriously enough? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I feel like now we are, because I feel like you can't go on social media without someone talking about it. So I feel like now everyone is, or at least they're pretending like they are. So I don't know if we are or we just pretending like we are.
And I would say, yeah, I mean, I feel the same. I feel like people are talking about it a whole lot more than I ever remember them talking about it, like in a very open way. And, so I guess my thought is, do you think everybody struggles with like something mentally?
I do. I mean, because I feel like there's no such thing as the perfect childhood one. So you're always going to have some type of childhood issues. It may not affect everyone the same way, but I feel like there's something. And I also feel like as an adult, we also are going to have just things that happen with us. And it's like, just learning coping mechanisms is not something you're taught. You have to learn it. So even if you're trying to hide it and don't talk about it, you still pushed it down. You still got stuff going on. So that's what I think.
I mean, I kind of agree with my mom, but I also feel like, okay, actually, you know what? I would say yes. I do feel like everybody do struggle with it, but I also think there's a difference between the generations, though, because with my generation, we were part of the generation where it was phones without like internet. but then we slowly moved to like we can do everything right here on our phone. And so I feel like that's why our generation has a lot of mental health issues, or yeah, mental health issues, because society has like a certain way that everybody's supposed to look, a certain thing that everybody's supposed to do by this age. That's why I feel like a lot of our generation is way more prone to being depressed versus some of the older generations, just because ours is, oh, we're not doing enough. You get what I'm saying? Like, we think that we're failing.
Like there's
every
certain
day.
pressure
We clearly see that every day. Yeah.
put on you because of what is now so very visible as far as what other people's lives kind of look like, because you don't know for real.
Exactly.
But you know what? I mean, I can see why you would say that, but I think that's the case for your generation. For our well, not necessarily mine, because I also feel like we're kind of very open to the idea of therapy and mental health and talking about it. But I think for the generation maybe before mine and before that, I think that they had mental health issues pertaining to their situations, but I think that they didn't address them. I think it just was like a thing that you didn't talk about, didn't deal with, didn't address. And if you don't address it, if you don't talk about it, then it doesn't exist type of thing.
I agree.
And for me, honestly, I guess I'm the only one that feel like people are not taking it seriously. For me, I think it's just like a phase, like a trend right now. Oh, I'm working on my mental health, but are you really? Do you know to what extent it considers for you to be working on it? Just because you're saying it, that doesn't mean that you're actually working on it. You really have to, I mean, it goes back down to like self-care, or, you know, taking a certain time out your day to actually focus on you, or telling people no. Like, all of that leads up to it. And to me, I feel like mental health is, even when you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, you're not even really thinking about it. So to your response, Crystal, I do feel like, yes, everybody have, I think Chris said it, everybody have some type of struggles, but you just don't realize what it actually is or where it's stemming from. So, but I don't think a lot of people taking it serious. I think a lot of people are saying it now, especially after, you know, the gymnast, you know, didn't finish or whatever, but what are you doing about it? Nothing, besides saying, oh, you know, I'm taking a mental health break.
I completely agree with you, and I actually realized that I never answered the question. That's probably why you didn't hear nobody else agree with you. But no, that's definitely my answer as well. I don't think people are taking it serious, and I think it's kind of like a trend, like you just said, because there's still people actively and publicly committing suicide. And if people are still doing that, clearly somebody's still not paying attention. And that's not to like knock anybody or anything, but it's still a clear issue if that's still happening. And I honestly feel like recently I heard of high functioning depression, and that's a extremely big issue, because you should not, you know, that shouldn't even be a thing. Like, you know, somebody should definitely know if something's going on with you, or whatever the case may be. I know I was watching the Red Table Talk, and you know, the mom was reading the letter, and it was just like somebody on TikTok had made a whole video about it, how she said a lot of I statements because she was doing a lot of stuff for other people, but she was still lonely. She was still, you know, just a lot of stuff was going on with her personally, and people don't see it like that. People always, I definitely feel like people become greedy and they feel entitled to people. So they'd be like, well, you're my daughter, you have to do this for me. Or you're my mom, you have to do this for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it should be. I definitely think that's what boundaries should come in at. And a lot of parents overstep their children's boundaries.
So for that, because I was actually going to reference that that Red Table Talk also. I think she was like Miss USA or something like that. But her mom said that she had like been dealing with depression over the years, and that she had done certain things to try to battle it. But you know, some of this stuff is like, it's not to say that some people's mental health is less important, but like some people clinically have like an imbalance that doesn't allow them to just like push through it. You know what I mean? Like, even though it, like you said, high functioning, it looks like they're pushing through it. Like, she became Miss USA. Like, you've got to be doing a whole bunch of stuff to achieve something like that, you know? And she was super smart. She was, I think, a track runner. She was like worked for like entertainment, like where she was interviewing people and stuff like that. So, and she wrote blogs and she wrote in for magazines and stuff like that. So she was very, very high functioning. And I don't even necessarily know that anybody around her could have like said something or done anything to change her outcome, because it was so deeply embedded in her that, you know, like she just couldn't push past it.
I think a lot of times as well, though, that people just simply don't pay attention. Like, because it's just like, just me thinking about what you just said and how you said that she was functioning. Like, you know, if somebody smiles, but there's truly something wrong with them, that smile will eventually fade. And you can tell when someone is actually laughing versus, you get what, well, at least that's stuff that I pay attention to. I don't know about everybody else, but that's stuff that I would pay attention to. And I just still feel like there were signs, or there are signs that a lot of people don't pay attention to and ignore.